Okay, hello and welcome back to Heroes of Might and Magic 2 as we continue our playthrough of Faction Wars. We have just entered month 2, which is the month of the unicorn, and unfortunately that has created some inconvenient obstacles that we must overcome, namely unicorns absolutely everywhere, blocking off this path for example, and in lots of other inconvenient places too. But unicorns just here blocking Atlas. If we go to the south, there are two different sets of unicorns blocking the path between our two wizard towns. And if we go to the west, there are more unicorns blocking off this path. There are also unicorns blocking off this path, which would be an alternative to using the path I just mentioned. There are pretty much just unicorns everywhere, and it's kind of annoying, but we're going to see what we can do with that. This hero is going to try and wind her way back. She's still pretty useless because she's one of our only heroes without pathfinding. Zom could go for some nomads, kind of tempting, but I think it's just enough of a detour that we won't bother. We'll go to this, get some experience, and a choice between estates and ballistics. This kind of depends if we do use this guy as our necromancer or not. Our necromancer, actual proper hero that is. Because in theory we could have a good necromancer hero once we take over Red's lands, in which case ballistics would be good. Estates, less likely to be useful, but also immediately useful, if that makes sense. I'm going to be optimistic and go for ballistics. Let's leave open the possibility that we do actually make good use of this guy. Go for some spell power, and then we're going to go up towards the stables, start making our way towards the water wheel and the fort. Other heroes we can move. This guy is actually pretty strong. We'll go to Ector first because he's just a scout and he is also one of ours who's kind of blocked off. We'll go for Pathfinding Advanced. Yeah, another pack of unicorns just there, guarding the way we just came through. We'll go for some knowledge, and we'll start moving south towards these resources. Other heroes, so Atlas needs to wait until we come back with our main, so I think he'll be the last to move. This guy, I think, is going to pick this stuff up. There is some wood there, which I would be tempted to go for, and I will explain why. But I think there's no real way to reach it this turn. If we take on the boars, perhaps that would work. I'm not entirely sure, it's kind of difficult to judge. I do want to get to it this turn, which is less likely to happen now that I've picked up the campfire, but still, I'm going to try this. Okay, so that is considered safe, and yeah, unfortunately we still can't reach the wood. If I hadn't picked up the campfire, perhaps I could have, but never mind. Let's just move towards that. The reason I want the wood is because if we can get ourselves up to 25 wood, we can upgrade this town immediately, and we can still have enough left over to upgrade this town too. Not upgrade the town itself, but upgrade the archery range, in which case we will have immediate access to an extra 38 marksmen to add to our already existing, let's have a look, 26 archers. So yeah, that's actually pretty tempting, because if we do that, like, we do have the option of going to the east and maybe trying to open some of this stuff back up and trying to funnel those units up towards our main. But another option is we just go south instead and we open up some of this stuff so we can get some more nomads, get the gold mine. Probably don't want to take on a pack of genies, but I'm not going to rule it out. We probably do have enough gold to go for that. Let's go to this guy first because he's nice and straightforward. There's not really too much he can do. We'll go towards the excavation, and that really just leaves, I guess, the main, who I'd usually prefer to move last, but here we are. So I think we ignore the battle dwarves for now, although it would be very easy. So the thing is, I want to get to the stables, and then I want to go through the unicorns, open this up for Atlas. Definitely want to do that this turn. But if we can still reach the stables either way. The other thing is, I do want to go to Tree of Knowledge. I do want to take on the pack of phoenixes, which could be kind of tough. But I think this artifact is worth having. I'm going to go for this. I can't just let them go. Too easy to kill, too tempting to kill. 13,000 XP for 2,000 gold, that's a no-brainer. We'll go for logistics. I don't think the effects kick in straight away. We can now see it's 25 ogres and 11 phoenixes, which is not too bad. Can we still make it? We can make it to the stables, so yeah, I think we're fine. We'll take on the ogres, of course, that's easy XP, and this fight, I think it's supposed to be unavoidable. Maybe it is. But yeah, if it's intended to be a fight we should take, then I think we kind of have to go for it, and a few losses are expected. We are the attacker, so we should get the first move. Let's see if we can protect our paladins. So what can we do? 360 points of damage. with this. That will kill 3 off, almost kill off 4. I've really put these in the wrong spot, they should be in the center. Okay, what else could we do? Steel Skin might help these survive, but I feel like killing off 3 Phoenixes must be better, although are they immune? Yeah, yes they are. Yeah, they're immune to elemental magic, so that makes it slightly tougher. I think we're going to be forced to go for Steel Skin. But yeah, this positioning is not good. Let's just see what happens. They're actually going to go for the champions. And they will take out 3 of those. That kind of sucks. Okay, let's just go for these. Do actually wipe them out immediately. So yeah, 3 losses from an initial hard hit, that kind of sucks, but it's going to be worth it once we get these artifacts. I wish I'd positioned those differently. Okay, well let's clean this out, and let's start moving back. And then Atlas is free to come through. Do we go to the Tree of Knowledge? I think we do, it's completely free. Let's go for leadership. Then let's go for this. And let's start picking up these various resources and things. I will be able to get those champions back, or at least replace them. That shouldn't be too difficult. Okay, back to Dimitri. I really do want to go for this. I'm going to go for the upgraded archery range. It does stop us from upgrading our other town for 1 turn, but I think that's going to be worth it. Okay, so we buy these. We're going to also buy 22 swordsmen, 4 paladins. What does that leave us with? Still 1 slot to go. So the choices, we could go for peasants perhaps. 5 cavalry's also very tempting because we can upgrade those. I think we go for the cavalry's. Okay, and with that being done, we're going to move towards the stables. Can't quite make it this turn, but that's still the way to go, I think. Okay, let's go for the statue. It's day 1 of the week, so there's no point going for a well or anything like that. Let's make sure our income is as healthy as possible. And over in this town, I think we save our resources. If we look towards this town, however, Mage Guild level 4, I think the sooner we do that, the better, although the upgraded Cloud Castle is very close. And that would be really strong. So I think we hold our nerve, and I think we end the turn there. So yellow, not too many signs of movement. Ice Creamer, who looks very weak. So main hero can travel extremely far, as can Atlas. Atlas is going to, I think, go for some experience. Then we pick this up. This, I believe, yeah, increases the damage of our lightning spells. So not only Lightning Bolt, but also if we do get access to Chain Lightning, that's going to be stronger too. We'll go for Basic Estates, which is really useful on a backup hero, and let's just grab some gold. Level up once again. Basic Wisdom could be interesting. I think we will take that. Then we'll go for the gold. Then let's go for the windmill. And after that, I think we just go for these resources to the south. So, 2 chests would level us up once again. But I think this guy does actually have pretty decent skills. No, he only has advanced logistics, so expert logistics still worth going for. But this would be an inefficient choice. Gonna wait till we get off at 1500. Okay, so with our last move of the turn, we can pick up the Endless Sack of Gold, which is going to improve our income even more. So currently we have 6,700 gold per day coming in, which is really good, but not enough to sustain as many towns as we have. We also have just the 1 gold mine, so I think taking Dimitri in that direction does make sense. We could also go to the east instead, in which case we will be able to upgrade the swordsman, finish off the unicorns. That might be better, because we do need to open that up. Let's just do it. It will take a few more turns, but that's fine. Then we'll go back to Ector, and we'll pick some of this stuff up. Take the level, we'll go for logistics. And we'll keep travelling. 2 extra sulfur from that. Then Zom, I think, is going to go ahead and go to this. We can potentially pick up some Necromancer units, but of course we can't afford to actually upgrade that town without sacrificing the ability to upgrade this town instead. And that is obviously the better choice. Allows us to double down on the strats we've already picked. Okay, so we grab this. It's actually 10 wood, which means this is now very safe to upgrade. And we could still go for some kind of other wood-heavy building if we want to. I think we definitely want to take these two on, open up the gems mine, and then go to the east, although I should have really taken on the graveyard before, but then I wouldn't have had enough movement points to go to the stables. Okay, what else could we do? We could go all the way to the east, but taking on the Great Druids does seem to make sense just for the wood if nothing else, and then there's some other stuff up here we can take on as well. So yeah, I think we ignore the graveyard. Just go for this. Okay, navigation is the only skill left to level up. Do we go for the gems mine? Do we go out of our way for that? We do kind of need gems. So yeah, I think maybe that makes sense. We'll leave the rest for Atlas. And we can actually go all the way through to the Great Druids. So they are pretty fast, but our dragons can reach them. We still have quite a few spell points. Well, not many spell points, but enough. Let's go for this. So no losses expected, that's perfect. Let's go for some wood. And that is all of our movement points gone. So going back to this guy, if we go to the east, we could take on the Greater Druids and so on. Don't think we want to take on those Greater Druids, we're not really strong enough for that. This is a step above a scout, so we don't want to waste too many movement points picking things up. But even so, if we can level this guy up, I think that is a good move. Okay, advanced archery is not bad. Take 1,000 gold, and we'll start going west pretty soon. Yeah, the desert is still killing us for movement points, but we have got, in general, a pretty good number of pathfinding heroes. Okay, so going back to this, let's make sure we keep progressing this. So the foundry is quite affordable, the well is something you always want. Then if we go back to this, Mage Guild level 4, upgraded Cloud Castle, difficult choice between the two of them. If we were to go for the upgraded Cloud Castle, obviously makes sense to do that at the precise moment we pick up some Titans, which don't think we're going to do unless we bring Dimitri over, which seems kind of overkill. But there is an argument for it. If we just do that, we're kind of deprioritizing extra gold income. But we're getting ourselves a much stronger hero who can take on all of this stuff, for example. It would be very expensive, we need a lot more gems. But I think it's worth keeping that option open. As for this town, we still need the tavern. So let's go ahead and splash out on that. I could potentially upgrade the Necromancer town, but I think that's premature at this point. So, Mage Guild level 4. I think it does make sense because we want to know what we're going to get. So, Mass Shield, Fire Guardian, and Fire Blast. Okay. Nothing special. Shield spell, kind of confusing because it does the opposite of what it does in Heroes 3. Okay, so that was expensive, but it was a choice we had to make at some point. Then if we go back to this, the upgraded armory is not too expensive, but I think we should try and hang on to at least a bit of our wood. So yeah, I think we end the turn there again. Still not too much movement from yellow. Okay, let's move this guy last. Let's go to Ector first. Take some experience. Forced to take a skill we don't really want. Go for some gold. Take some XP there too. And we shouldn't go to this yet, we should probably go to this instead. Because it is not worth going to Tree of Knowledge for the sake of like 100 XP or something. We'll take the gold, and I think we'll leave this stuff for Ector, and we'll just beeline to the east instead. Then the main comes through. How far can this guy go? I don't really want to waste too many of our main heroes' movement points. Let's just do this for now. So no losses from that, we go to the east. Main hero moves up. Take our units back. Okay, so we obviously should make some room for resources we want more. I think Evercold Icicle has been useful, but Lightning Rod kind of does the same thing except better. Statesman's Quill is worth hanging on to. Most of this stuff probably worth hanging on to. This is fairly weak. This is slightly better. Like I said in the previous episode, I'm not sure if Nomad Boots stack or not. I've not uploaded the previous episode, so I don't know if anyone's clarified that in the comments, but I think for now we keep that divided between two heroes. Rest of this stuff, probably fine as we are. Minor Scroll of Knowledge, not too useful, but should be fine for now. Then we grab this. Okay, and going back to the main, I think we do want to focus on taking fights. So if we go to this, I can't remember exactly what's involved. All I know is we are strong enough to do it. Yeah, look at that. So we can pick up some liches if we want. That's something to consider if we do make Zom powerful, which I haven't ruled out. This map could still go on for quite some time. Okay, so we can go east, take these on, but I think we'll open this stuff up too. No one else is strong enough. Oh wow. 11,000 gold, 47 veteran pikemen. I think I have to say yes to that. So we've still got a bit of a pikeman power stack. It's kind of surprising. Okay, so I could potentially open up the unicorns, but I really do want to focus on just progress with this guy. We can actually pass over even more veteran pikemen if we want. Which I guess we will. So we're kind of consolidating power in our main hero, which is probably fine, especially if we're moving towards our enemies, which we mostly are. So we've got 23 Master Swordsmen from that, 64 Rangers. Should be enough to wipe out these unicorns. Is there any other reason to go round the long way? Maybe not. Because we could go west, take on the genies. We definitely need more pathfinding though. Our pathfinding is clearly pretty bad. We do have basic pathfinding, but it's not really enough. We are expected to take some losses. That's not good to see. Okay, so what can we do? We have 15 spell points. We are pretty close to a well. So yeah, I think we just do some damage. So these things have 5 speeds. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty difficult to go anywhere useful. Ah, that's annoying. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be safe to do this. Okay, all works out. Let's bring the nomads up in this direction too. Is this safe if we go to here? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Got to more or less stay put. Ah, it's happened again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's definitely not safe. Okay, let them move. They decide to stay out of our range, that's fine. These move up. Okay, this is where it gets tough. So we would ideally need these to be a lot faster. 5 champions. If we go in with 5 champions, if we still skin them, should help them survive. If we haste the marksman, takes them from average speed to very fast, which should allow us to take out a stack straight away. So yeah, that's got to be the best choice. Okay, then I think we do go for this. There is a chance we take a loss. Okay, we do just about survive. Let's wipe the stack out. Then these go for this. They go through to the marksman, that's pretty much fine. These can't quite reach. I think we throw them in, hoping they get targeted because they will be able to take at least one attack. And that does actually work out. So 1 loss in total, that's completely fine. Much better than what it could have been. Okay, let's go towards the Oasis next. Then this hero goes for this. So if we go back to the trading post, we could trade for a bit more wood, we could trade for a few more gems perhaps. Let's go to this first. So Orchid, it's a safe bet. It's not going to make much difference, but it's good in the long term. Over here this costs us nothing except gold, but I think statue for now, because although the income looks very healthy at the moment, it's not necessarily going to stay that way. So Mage Guild level 5, it is affordable. I think we do it. Okay, here we go. Summon Earth Elemental and Hypnotize. Okay, the gamble didn't really pay off. I was hoping for Town Portal. Maybe it's disabled on this map, I'm not really sure. Okay, so we grab 1,000 gold from that, and now we can, if we want to, start going north, which would allow us to pick up some liches. We definitely need more pathfinding, which is also a reason to go north. Okay, let's keep our options open. That just leaves this hero who can't really do too much. If we go into here, let's see what we can pick up. So we got 6 rocks, 32 halflings, not really enough to do anything. Yeah, not enough to take on that stuff. Okay, let's leave the slower units behind. So these are average speed. I think we want to pick up 1 boar. And for now, just focus on low-hanging fruit like this. So do we do any trading? I think first we see what we actually want to buy. So in this town, the armory requires just 1 more wood. I think that kind of makes sense immediately. Let's get that done. Yeah, we want to reach a point where we're just pumping out as many units as possible. There is a point about maybe picking up... No, can't pick up any more heroes. There was an argument for this guy, Dimitri, to come back to the island, because if he did do that, we could have picked up a lot of units. So 6 paladins, 10 champions, 20 rangers, 14 veteran pikemen. It's such a faff to get to the island that I think it's not quite worth prioritizing yet, but we are getting to that stage. Okay, just gonna end the turn there. So I am slightly worried what the opponents are up to, because I think yellow and red aren't really a problem, but some of the other players did start much stronger than us. And I don't feel like we're dawdling, but what I should have done with Zom actually is picked up 1 extra red dragon. That would have been pretty good. Okay, so we can pick up some nomads from the north if we want to. This guy is way too slow. We're going to take the champions, we're going to take the pikemen. The rest of the units we just have to stick with for now. Okay, 41 elves, no one else can take these on. I feel like we should be much faster. So yeah, no losses. The Xanadu down there is really good for stats, but we're very close to all this stuff. So I'm just going to move in this direction. Yep, no need to play out these very easy fights. Can't remember exactly what this does, but I'm going to pick it up and have a look. Okay, spell power by +2, that's not amazing. 31 ghosts, I think probably won't take us on that easily. Yeah, always scary taking on ghosts, but our weakest creatures are veteran pikemen. We should be faster. No losses, great. Okay, take on the cavalries next. So none of this stuff is super urgent to pick up. We can't actually make room for the artifact anyway. Let's go for the spell. And if we push to the northeast, that does, I think, allow us to go towards Yellow's towns pretty much immediately. If we go southeast instead, these are some pretty tough fights, probably lead to some pretty interesting things. But I feel like giving ourselves the option of going aggressive, hard to turn down, plus we can get some more wood supply, which is great. Does go in a slightly inconvenient direction, If we want to go super aggressive, we'd have to be confident we can take on all those bone dragons, which perhaps it's too soon. If we had more spell points, then I guess. So it may be worth looking for a well. Okay, wow. So there's Fountainhead. Another very strong looking wizard town. Looks like we have pretty good access to gold here too. So, still expanding. Still finding lots of interesting things. Let's take the wood. And yeah, there's no need to go out of our way to take on the opponents if we're still finding really good neutral stuff. Okay, that's fine for now. So Atlas is just going to be on sweeping up duties. So we've got no one to take on the nomads. This guy's not really strong enough at this point. I think Atlas just goes up this way. Golden Horseshoe, okay. Then Ector goes to this. Already been to it, of course. Okay, so we take the level up from this. We go for Expert Pathfinding. We go for Basic Scouting, I guess. Then we go for this. We can't quite level up from that, so I think we take the gold and we accept the overflow from the level. Just go to the Tree of Knowledge. It's going to cost us 2,000 gold, but I think okay to make that investment. So we're a way off being able to afford the upgraded Cloud Castle. If we go for this stuff instead, none of it looks too tough. Like, there's nothing on the level of a pack of genies. So yeah, I think we move that way. Okay, let's see if we can prevent these losses. There is an unfortunate cactus blocking us, but we would have had to use haste, so that's fine. Okay, so we can magic arrow 3 times, we can cold ray just once. I think we lightning bolt and then magic arrow. Okay, so losses are fairly likely here. Yeah, a couple of losses there. Might not be much we can do about that. I think we don't attack because we don't want these guys to get through. So yeah, we move up to here. These 2 stacks will fly over, do some attacking. We can take the hits completely fine. But then we're trapped in, and I did need to use this guy to take on the gargoyles, which is quite frustrating. Okay, let's just kill these off. We do get morale, so we can finish these off. Then these come up and go for this. So a couple of losses, but nothing too bad. 10 gems for that. We're going to have to say no to that. That's a complete no-go. Okay, this hero still feels kind of useless. And I don't really know what I can do with her. I need her to get pathfinding somehow. So Mage Guild level 1, that's wood we can't afford to spare. Foundry. We're not really ready to really push this town. I think we save our wood for something else. Let's go back to this first. So we know we need the archery range. The well is also very good, of course. Let's just go for this for now. Okay, other things we can upgrade. This town still needs some work. The upgraded armory is a bit expensive. Upgraded archery range might actually allow us to make some use of this hero. I mean, Zom's not too far away, but Zom, I think, should go east. Okay, we are going to go for this. So, 1500 XP for free. We're going to go for... We're about to get some liches, so archery's kind of interesting, but let's go for wisdom. And let's move this way. Okay, so were we to go for marksman, or rangers even, we could get 30 of those. So 30 rangers, lots of ogre lords is probably too tough. Lots of steel golems, I think likewise. We can pick up some other units too. I think we do it. Give ourselves the ability. Okay, so the archer's house, it's gonna have like 2 archers. It's really still tempting me, but I know I shouldn't go for it. Let's just go back to the town. Let's upgrade these. Fastest units we have access to, I think, probably are the Rangers, because these are, I think, also, yeah, average speed. Everything's average speed. So let's just pick up the Rangers. And is there any point staying in the town? I guess not. We could also pick up some peasants, which I know some would say don't bother, but this hero is pretty useless and they're better than nothing. We can use them. Just want to be able to actually pick off some of this low-hanging fruit. So if we just go for something like this. She is going to be very slow, but in fact, it's faster to drop this stuff off. Yeah. Then we just wait there for the turn. Okay, this hero goes for this, and then if we go west, we can actually maybe connect these two. And that does make Dimitri a lot more useful, because he probably can go for this stuff, even without the Titans. The Titans are kind of overkill. Yeah, let's bring these two together. Then this hero needs some work. We could go to the desert tent, pick up some nomads. In this town, there's not really much of value. This guy's also pretty slow. He does have advanced pathfinding and advanced logistics, so if anything, we probably want to drop off the archers. Okay, so no wood left to spend. Is there anything else useful we can do? So we could maybe try and do some trading. But even though it seems like we have an abundance right now, the yellow player does start off as the warlock town. We don't want to just go and throw all our sulfur away. Ore seems good for now, but you can spend 20 ore very quickly. So, gonna end the turn there. Wow, okay. Wow. So that's got to be someone pretty strong. So it's Deep, who doesn't look that strong, but is strong enough to break through all those bone dragons, and we have nobody capable of taking this on unless Dimitri goes back. But if Dimitri goes back, he's not really that tough. And by he, I mean Dimitri, not the opponent. The opponent does look pretty tough. Dimitri has almost zero spellcasting potential. A few good units, but several bone dragons. If those close down 61 ranges, that's a pretty bad situation. Okay. This is the most perilous thing we've faced so far, and yet I definitely don't want to turn back with this guy. He's too far off. Let's take these on. Oh wow. Okay, diplomacy is starting to really pay off. I will go for the experience. Yeah, it's so tempting to go west and just wipe this guy out, but there's still so much to grab. And we do keep getting stronger. Okay, let's go towards the wizard town. I do want to see what this is, so it's more gems. 12 Archmagi. We do need the gems, perhaps more than the town. I'm not going to chase these down, just in case. Oh, that would have been a much easier way to get the lightning rod. Would have saved some of those champions, but then again, I can't complain about my champion supply at this point. Do we want to chase these down? I think, yeah, we can do that with no losses. Then we move towards this. Grab ourselves a level next turn. Okay, so Dimitri, I think if we're settled that he's not strong enough to take on Deep, then what do we lose in this town? He can't recruit very much. So yeah, I think if he takes that, we have to see it as a temporary setback. All of this stuff is surely more useful to pick up. Do we risk going for this? I think we have another hero not too far off. Lots of cavalries. We'd probably take some losses. Still kind of want to go for it though. But what are they actually guarding? We have to take them on to go through. So Yeah, I think we just accept that some losses are likely. How can we more easily defend this? So these are fast. These are very fast. These are ultra fast. I think we want these two towards the top. Gonna try this. So 8 nomads, that's an okay loss. 10 champions in that set. Not good. Could have done without that. And they can reach the nomads, which might explain the losses. If we haste those, we keep them safe for a turn. Okay, so we can go all the way through if we want to. I think we avoid temptation. These have 6 speed, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can't reach us. Skip this turn. These move up to safety. These can no longer reach us. These, I think, just move up towards the top. We can definitely avoid these. Then I think that makes sense. These move up too, and these are free to attack the strongest stack we can, which is this stack. Let's more or less wipe them out, which we do in fact completely wipe them out. And we are now... would have been free to cast another spell if we could. So if we go in for this, these have 6 speed, so 1, 2, 3, 6. They can... I think they cannot reach the paladins. So if we just take a hit from 11 cavalries... it's not fun, but... I think the nomads are more of a power stack, so... wow. Almost lose a paladin. Need to try and not let that happen. So if we go for this, they will retaliate, they will kill us. Can we get to safety? I think we're pretty much in the safest spot already, so we're going to skip the turn. And do I throw these in as bait? It depends if these can reach us, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think they can. I will throw these in as bait, but we should be able to kill off the cavalries with our rangers regardless. Okay. That felt kind of jammy. We're going to go for basic estates, and we're going to grab this before the end of the turn. Then we grab this. We go for advanced pathfinding, which we know we need, and we go towards this, which we know we also need. And these things should be, I think, average speed or fast. I can't remember exactly which. We can just go ahead and check. Let's have a look. Average speed. Okay, that's good. We can protect the marksman. So we're good just to carry on. No losses expected. Go for the gems, and... do we leave this stuff to be picked up by Savan instead? I think... no, I think we want to go for them. Take the level. Go for, I guess, advanced scouting. This guy's not strong enough to take any towns. Okay, so this guy is going back for the level. 2,000 gold for 2,000 XP. Seems kind of expensive, but advanced logistics, this kind of hero can be really useful. Yeah, we can get some gold from the north. That's all fine. Okay, so slightly nervous about what could happen next. This hero, actually maybe the most useful thing she can do is she can be the one who picks up the units from Order's base. So we have 44,000 we can spend. We can reach this turn. I can't think of what else she could do. Like, there are some resources we can pick up, but she could even be the one to take on Deep. But is she... I mean, I don't want to use her. I mean, look at her skills. Really poor. Okay, let's at least pick up the units. And is there anything else we can usefully do here? Marketplace maybe at some point, but no need to this turn. Yeah, I think she's got to be the one. It's the most useful thing she can do. Go back and pick up those reinforcements. Okay, so 23 nomads, 4,600, kind of expensive, but I feel like those will be useful at some point. Can we go for this? Yes, we can. Let's go ahead and grab lots of gold. I will push towards a level up. because we've established this guy still needs expert logistics. Gonna wait for something a bit more efficient. $2,000 gold for that, it will pay for itself pretty quick. Okay, do we just take the level? No, I don't think so. So, lots of royal mummies. I'm almost tempted to go for that, but that would be deja vu in a bad way. The Oasis we've already visited. Lots of rangers. We could just overpower those, but we would take some losses. And then what does it really lead to? That really helps us. We can get the treasure chest next turn. And that should be completely fine. If we were to go west instead, we need to be a lot stronger to take the stuff on. So yeah, I think just go this way instead. Still want to know exactly what's in that town. I imagine it's probably pretty similar strength to Antioch. Doubt there's anything that special. Okay, so we've already been to stables. I think we just go towards City of the Dead. Only 4 liches and 5 liches. It's okay. Against 2 hex units, we can kind of keep our own units safe from splash damage. If we go south, we can pick up the Red Dragon. No, we've already made our choice. Let's go towards this. Okay, so this hero, there's probably not really too much useful we can do. I think we drop off these slow units. And we'll see what we can do. Perhaps we actually give him some wizard units in this town. Might find a good way to get there. Okay, so this guy, he can't really do too much for now, but if we just maybe scout to the south, another way through, lots of bone dragons, the town of Blackfang completely undefended, but of course, no way we can get there anytime soon. Okay, so what do we have to spend? 6 gold, 6 wood even. 6 gold would be pretty terrible. So in this town, blacksmith, armory, need the well for that. We do want the well at some point, of course. Let's save our wood for somewhere we need it more. So the upgraded ivory tower, one option. Still away off the upgraded cloud castle, but that's completely fine. If we just save our gold for reinforcing in this town, that might be better. This town we should avoid upgrading altogether because it's probably going to get taken. This town can definitely still be upgraded, that's completely fine. We need a lot more wood for the jousting arena. But if Dimitri keeps going to the east, we can get some more wood for that. Okay, let's go to this first, and maybe just go for the foundry. Do need mage skill level 1 for the ivory tower. Ivory tower is so expensive. Don't want to rush into that. Plus we might not need to, now that Dimitri's coming over. Yeah, I think actually there's nothing that screams out at us. Spend our gold. I mean, Cloud Castle costs the same amount as the upgraded Cloud Castle, and long term would be the better choice, although if we're already fighting red, then maybe not. Thieves Guild, I'm actually kind of tempted, but we do have oracles around. I want to know how strong Deep is. If Deep is their best hero, then I'm not too worried. I will go for the foundry. I think we need it at some point, and that is probably all the spending we want to do for now. We can definitely spend this gold if we need to. Gonna end the turn there. Red is somehow just beelining straight towards the town, which I don't know if that's an AI cheat or... yeah, I'm not sure what to think. So Maximus is not their strongest. Maybe he has a cartographer or something, but he knows to go straight for the town. So that's a pretty massive threat. I will go for a free level up, 18,000 XP for free, and that is the last of the skills we can get. I'm going to go straight to the south. 23 Vampire Lords, that's going to be completely fine. Take those on. Let's go for the skills. They turn me away, okay, I didn't know that's a thing. Bad news at a time we don't need it. 9 Titans. This time we should be good. Just blast through these. Couple of losses expected. Let's see what we can do. So they are faster than our dragons. Lightning Bolt, 500 points of damage, kills only 1 per cast. They're going to focus down the Crusaders, or the Paladins even. Then maybe I want to Steel Skin those. If I haste this stack instead, we can block off. Well, that does seem to make more sense, because 37 of these, which is kind of crazy. Plus 2 speed. We can block off 3 at least. I don't know if that really saves the Paladins, but we'll try. They actually survive. And yeah, we're definitely going to take... Well, we've taken 1 loss to each of those 2 stacks. Obviously it's worth it for what we get. Okay, let's throw ourselves into this. Titan does 7 damage, so kind of unfortunate to be taking any losses at all from these guys. These should be fine to go south, or in that direction, not really south. So 0 to 1 kills on this, I don't think we bother, I think we just go for this, kill those off. These guys are strong enough that they could maybe speed instant, I've not seen that before. We could still kill these off, but yeah, the odds are massively against us. So I think we just kill these. Titans do 26 damage, but we cling on. These guys still have tons of hit points. Do we go for these? Maybe that makes more sense. So these guys, 5 speed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we can reach. Yeah, I think we go for these. Then we kill them off. Maybe could have killed them off regardless, not really sure. These go to safety. And if we throw these in, do get a kill guaranteed, then the champions move. Can they actually reach? So 9 speed. Haste is going to last 23 more rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. It should be okay. I mean, it would have been okay if these weren't already blocked by the rocks, as it would be. The rocks have more hit points. If we just took these back instead, these have 6 speed. They can't reach the veteran pikes, so it's actually safe to go back. Yeah, they're forced to attack the dragons. So 2 losses, can't really complain about that. We go for the town of Fountainhead, or do we? Need to be a bit more prepared for this, I guess, because there are still 5 titans in there. I do want... Well, we definitely have enough spell points. Freeman's Foundry doesn't really help us at this point. We can open the way up for our heroes to reach us. So, the town of Fountainhead we will take next, but this town is about to be lost, the town of Portsmouth, to Deep, and Red is going to swarm all over and take some of our precious supplies and things, but perhaps Batorna and her very high navigation skill can be the saviour, or can at least hang on to some of our units. Surely we're strong enough to take these on, maybe not actually, several bone dragons. Start of next week is approaching. Okay, interesting choices ahead. We are indeed going to be at last taking on our AI opponents, but I'm going to end the episode here. As always, do check the playlist link in the description for any further episodes. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.